with a cracked voice and tears in my eyes rolling down my face, I'm still going to stand on business. I'm still going to say what I had to say. We have to value ourselves enough to say no. Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody had a happy Easter. I'm wearing color just to represent. I know I usually don't wear color, but I thought that maybe this was the one time that I should. Also, thank y'all so much for all of the love that y'all showed me on my last video. Even though I've been gone for I don't know how long, I really appreciate that because your girl be so as y'all can see by the title, this video is about how to stand up for yourself and set boundaries. Now this video is a couple months overdue and I apologize. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like going into my young womanhood, it is very important for us to stand up for ourselves, because if nobody advocates for us, who is going to advocate for us? Nobody's going to protect us like we will protect us, especially for my black women. Y'all know how that goes. So I think it's very important that we learn how to stand up for ourselves and get over the fear of making sure that we're good, because we do matter. And the reason why I learned to start standing up for myself is because I got tired of being disrespected and walked all over. Like when I was a people pleaser, people would take me for granted, people would use me, and people would only appreciate me for what I could do for them. And once I started my self-love journey, I started to realize how I don't want to be that person that people only go to or people only love and appreciate because they can do something for them. I don't want any transactional relationships around me. If you can love me and see me and value me for who I actually am and not what I can do for you, I don't need nor want any of those types of people around me. On my self-love journey, I really realized, okay, if I want the type of people who will value me and respect me and not only use me, I have to learn how to be a little bit more selfish. I have to learn how to start putting boundaries in place to where people can't just take advantage of me. I have to learn how to speak up for myself and say no. And it was always hard for me at first because I grew up in a family dynamic where I was not allowed to have an opinion. I was not allowed to question people or question authority. I was not allowed to say no. And ultimately that made me a people pleaser. It's like, okay, well, if I want to be safe in this system, if I want to be loved and valued and appreciated in this system, I have to do what anybody tells me to do. And that is not the type of life that you want to live. And you know, in all of my videos, I always tell y'all how everything that we have today, any character traits, any patterns, everything starts from home. So if you are a people pleaser, maybe your parents were a people pleaser. If you come across some liars, their parents probably were liars. Our parents are our first teachers. So whatever patterns people have, that's where it started from. And that's why I always say on your self-love journey and on your healing journey, you have to go back into your childhood trauma and you have to go analyze, where did this pattern come from? How did this happen? Etc. Because that will help you on your journey to healing. Once you start to heal from that, you will start to become a whole new person. And the more that you heal, the more that you start to love yourself, the more that you are going to stand up for yourself, the more that you are going to advocate for yourself, because why wouldn't you advocate for somebody that you love? It's just like if you had a significant other. If you really love that person, you will go to bat for them. You will go to war for them. Even for your family, if you really love somebody and you're truly loyal, you will do whatever for them. So why not do the same thing for yourself? Because in order to attract healthy people to us, we have to be healthy ourselves. We have to love ourselves in order for other people to love us. And it's not that other people won't love us as we are, but the type of people that you want in your life, if you want somebody of quality, of high caliber, you need to love yourself as well, so you won't be attracted to toxicity. So the first thing in setting boundaries and standing up for yourself is, first you have to get over the fear of people disliking you. You have to get over the fear of upsetting other people. You have to get over the fear of people painting you out to be the villain. When you grow up in dysfunctional families, or when you are around bad toxic environments, of course when you decide to question authority, or whenever you decide to say, no, I don't like that, or this needs to change, then of course you're going to be painted as the bad guy. And I know I say this in all of my videos, but it's very important that you understand that it's not your fault and that you're not the villain just because you want better. Just because you want to be treated with respect does not mean that you are a bad person. The bad people are the one who constantly disrespect you after you've already told them that this hurts your feelings or this makes you feel this type of way, and they keep doing it over and over and over again. But we also can't blame them at the same time, because we have to be the ones to put those those boundaries in place and let people know what it is and what it's not. People are not going to like what you have to say, but the thing is, they don't have to like it, but they have to respect it. However people feel about you setting your boundaries is because they no longer benefit from whatever it was. For me personally, when I was in high school, I had a car, so everybody wanted me to take them to this place, that place, pick them up, drop them off without offering any gas money. Or I was always the therapist friend because I'm the strong friend, so everybody would call me and vent for hours on end, and then I couldn't even get a word in edgewise. It was just these little things in my life like that, and in turn it led me to feeling like, oh my gosh, like I low-key resent these people because I'm too afraid to say no, that I don't want to pick you up, no, I don't want to take you this place, or you need to give me gas money if I'm driving my car, or no, I don't have the emotional space to hold for you, I don't have time, I don't have energy, I have my own problems. So it led me feeling resentment for these people because I was too afraid to stand up for myself. And then the times where I tried to, other people would get upset about it, and then that would make me cower away from trying to stand up for myself. And if people are getting mad at you because they don't benefit from your benefits anymore, then you already know what you have to do. You can either leave or you can cut them off. Either way, it's the same thing, but we don't need people around there who gets upset at us because we no longer let them use us. I kind of said this in a few of my other videos, but think about your values. What do you value as a person? What do you value from a friend? What do you value from a family member? What do you value from your job or your life in general? What do you value? Because if you have people around you who don't align with the values that you have for yourself right now, then those people might need to be evaluated. You know how I always say, I always value reciprocity. If I have people around me who are not reciprocating the energy, who are not giving what I give them, then maybe those are not the type of people that need to be around me. Standing up for yourself doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to have a conversation. Sometimes cutting people off and walking away is setting a boundary, because some people do know what they're doing. It depending on the person, you just have to evaluate them. Some people you can have a conversation with, but then some people you can't have a conversation with. Some people will try to gaslight you to make you believe that you weren't seeing the things that you were seeing, that they weren't doing the things that they were doing, and you will start to question yourself and be like, you know what, maybe I was wrong, but you were not wrong. If people are gaslighting you, those people you don't owe a conversation. If you know that they're going to gaslight you, you don't owe them a conversation. People who are open and receptive to hearing you and to value your opinion, those are the people that you owe a conversation. I just wanted to throw that in there because I know sometimes people get it misconstrued when I say that people are not owed a conversation. But just get clear on what you value. Another thing that I value personally, I value my autonomy, my freedom, and my independence, okay? I'm not one of those overly independent women, okay? But I do value my independence because, you know, I'm capable of doing things on my own. But if somebody wants to offer me help, then of course I'm gonna accept the help. And that's one of the other things that I'm learning in my life, is learning how to accept help. But that's not the topic for this video. Me personally, one of the things that I feel like I've had a lot of backlash on is doing YouTube. A lot of people in my life are not comfortable with me doing YouTube. A lot of people want me to do something else with my life. But the thing is, I value my happiness. By valuing my happiness, that means I'm going to do anything that makes me happy. Of course, anything that's safe. Of course, we don't want to just do things crazily because it makes us happy. But things that will benefit me and benefit somebody else, those are the things that make me happy. So me getting up here talking to you on this video, that makes me happy because I'm helping somebody. And if somebody else feels a way about what I do for work, if somebody else feels a way about the things that I want to do with my life because it makes me happy, then I don't need to be around those types of people. And the boundary is, and standing up for myself is, by continuing to do what I want to do with my life. I don't care who says you shouldn't be doing that, you need to be quiet, you should quit, you should do this. I'm not doing that, okay? Because this is what makes me happy. And if anybody has something to say about that, then they know what they can do. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you really value in your life, stand on that 10 toes down and don't back down from it. And people don't have to like you for it, but guess what they're going to do? They're going to respect it. And that's all that they have to do. You don't have to like me but you are going to respect me and you are going to respect what I do. The next thing is to think about if you would rather be uncomfortable by speaking up about what you feel or your needs, or would you rather feel uncomfortable by not speaking up and keeping it inside? Either way, you're still going to be uncomfortable. So you might as well pick the uncomfortability that benefits you. I would much rather speak up for myself and feel uncomfortable about it and feel guilty about it rather than other people walking all over me and I still feel bad. And I've let that happen to me in the past. When I started learning my self-worth, I started speaking up for myself and I started telling people what I needed from them. I started telling people that this was not okay with me. And yes, I did feel guilty, and I still do feel guilty to this day. I still feel guilty for walking away from some people. I still feel guilty for telling some people no. I feel guilty for stating what is not okay for me because I was such a people pleaser, and I was taught that you don't get to say how you feel. You don't get to speak up for what you need. As a people pleaser, you're going to feel that guilt. Guilt is a regular emotion, just like all of the rest of the emotions. But that does not mean that it stops you from doing what it is that you need to do that is good for you. When you're on your self-love journey, when you're on your healing journey, that means it is all about you. Now, I'm not saying to go be selfish and to just do anything and be unreasonable. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is you are the only person on this journey and on this life thing that matters. Because like I said in my last video, the world does not care about you. The world does not care about how you feel. And you have to make yourself matter because nobody else cares. If I was not on this YouTube thing helping people, nobody would care about who I am. People would just think I'm a nobody. Okay, so I had to step out there and put myself out there in order to matter to the world, in order to matter to myself. We have to make little goals in our life. We have to prove to ourselves that we are worthy of the things that we want in this life. We are worthy of being loved and appreciated, that we are worthy of being respected. We have to show that to ourselves. If you don't have any self-respect, have any self-worth, what makes you think that other people are going to give that to you? If they see that you go for anything, then they will go for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll go for anything. Literally, you have to stand for something, because in the end, those people who are talking, those people who are walking all over you, those people who are disrespecting you, they're still going to live their little merry lives. And then you'll be living in regret because you're like, I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have did the thing that I actually wanted to do. I wish I didn't let these people affect me. I wish that I would have done the work. These people who aren't doing the work, they're going to hit the wall eventually. But the more that you grow and the more that you expand and the more that you love yourself, your possibilities are endless. Now, when it comes to telling people what you feel or saying no to people, you have to know the difference between what's real and what's rude. Because I've come across a lot of people in my life who say that they're being real, but really they're just being rude. There is a way to tell people things without making them be upset. There's a way to tell people things without insulting them. Karma is real, y'all, and God is always watching. So if you are saying that you're standing up for yourself, but you're talking to people crazy, all in the name of respecting yourself and standing up for yourself, then you're going to get karma. When I was in high school, I had a lot of friends who kind of showed, I guess, their love by being rude to each other, by calling people bees, calling people ugly and stank and all of that stuff. And me personally, I'm a softie. I'm very sensitive, so I don't really like playing like that because sometimes people disguise truth and jokes. So sometimes I would have to tell people, you know, I really don't like when y'all call me this or that, and I really don't like when y'all are talking very like aggressive or hostile to me because it makes me feel like y'all are kind of, you know, y'all got a little bit of animosity, and I don't like animosity, and that'll be a topic for a whole nother video. But I felt like it was animosity there because I'm like, if you truly love your friends and you truly love the people in your life, you wouldn't talk to them like they're just somebody on the street. So I had to let that be known, and that was a very nice way of saying, I don't like the way that you talk to me. They, of course, you know, they're gonna get mad because they're they're gonna call you sensitive, they're going to gaslight you and make it your fault, but that's okay because at the end of the day, don't speak to me like that. You know what I'm saying? So just talk to people in a nice, kind way. Because I also could have said, girl, F you, I don't want you to talk to me like that. You know, like I could have been that, but I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like getting into beef and arguments with people. I don't like beefing with people. I've grown and a lot of things don't really faze me like that no more. But don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever play. And you need to let people know that too. You can be nice and kind and sweet, but don't let people play with you. When it comes to standing up for yourself and setting boundaries, you know I say this in every video, but you have to understand that that people will not take accountability, and that's fine. If people are not going to take accountability, you already know that those are not the people for you. When people operate out of their ego, when you try to go to them and tell them what you feel or what you think they did wrong, or tell them no, their ego is so very sensitive to criticism that you will not be able to get through to them. And because you decided to bring up something to them and they see it as criticism, they're going to take it as you're disrespecting them, and you make them feel a type of way for bringing up your feelings. And then they'll bring up their feelings and tell you how, oh, I feel like you disrespected me, I feel like you don't care about me, I feel like this and that. But it was like, I just had an issue and I just wanted to talk it over with you. Don't let people gaslight you. Don't let people switch the blame back to you. However they feel about how you feel is not your problem. Because if you're not disrespecting them, you're not the problem. The thing in relationships, whether that's family, friends, co-workers, whatever, it's supposed to be you and the person against the problem. Not you against them or you and the problem against them. It's supposed to be you and them against the problem. That's how healthy relationships work. And if the person sees you bringing an issue to them as you are attacking them personally, then baby, those are not the type of people for you. I also want to say that people that you always have to continuously set boundaries with, I don't think that those are the right types of people to be around. Because why, as a human being that claims that they love me and care about me, why are you constantly pushing my buttons? Why are you constantly crossing lines that you know you shouldn't cross? Why do I have to set up a million boundaries just so I can be around you or be in your energy? No, because as a human that is growing and trying to be healthy, as a healthy person, I don't feel like you should necessarily do things that you know your partner, your friend, your family member does not like. And as a human being, it's just human decency. There's certain lines that you just don't cross. There's certain things that you just don't do. And if people are constantly doing that and you're trying to set a million boundaries, and then also they take your criticism as a personal attack, that combo together is not the type of people that you want to be around. Trust and believe me, I've definitely had people in my life before that I've had to set a million boundaries with, but they still didn't respect the boundaries. So in those cases, the boundary and standing up for yourself is removing yourself. I also want to say that whenever you are addressing issues with people, if you start crying or if you start getting angry, that does not mean stop talking, okay? I've had several instances in my life where I had to stand up for myself and I would be crying. I would feel guilty about it. But that did not mean that I was going to stop saying what it is that I had to say. With a cracked voice and tears in my eyes rolling down my face, I'm still going to stand on business. I'm still going to say what I had to say. I feel like crying sometimes is just a release of maybe anger or resentment, and sometimes the tears just have to flow. And crying in front of people does not make you weak. Crying in front of people just shows how strong you are. And just because other people might say, oh, you're weak, or oh, I'm getting to you, I'm actually hurting your feelings, you know, some people like to thrive off of that. But just because you're crying does not mean that you're weak. Just because you're crying does not mean that you play games, because they can think that they got over on you all they want to. They can think that they hurt your feelings all that they want to, but they better not come messing with you, because you just need to show them what it is and what it's not. You need to stand up and stand on business. I've had several people in my life thinking just because I'm crying in front of you because I feel guilty and I feel hurt, just because I'm crying does not mean that I'm gonna stand on business. If you come over here, we're gonna stand on business. That's all I have to say about it. Don't let the tears stop you from saying what you have to say. And when you talk to people, when you're expressing how you feel, what you need, or what you think the issue was, make sure that you use I statements. Make sure that you say, I feel like, I think that, or what you did made me feel like. Don't say you always, don't say you never want to generalize statements, because sometimes we can over exaggerate things. And when we over exaggerate things, that makes the other person feel like they can never do anything right. I'm also not saying that it's your job to handle somebody else's feelings or monitor how they feel. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that if you want to have a healthy, productive conversation, try not to over generalize things and say like you always do this or you never do this. Just pick something specific that they did, pick a specific issue or pick a specific need of yours and express that, saying that I feel like, or I need, or I feel like whenever you did this one thing, it made me feel like. So there won't be any type of confusion, because you know a lot of people will try to confuse what you're saying, and so or you're saying this or you're saying that. No, I'm not saying any of the things that you think that I'm saying. I'm saying this. I'm saying that I feel like When you do this, it makes me feel like this. And that should be the conversation. But of course, if they're not letting you talk, if they're trying to purposely misunderstanding you, then baby, you're not going to get anywhere with that. And you just need to let that go. And the last thing is limit your access to people. Limit people's access to you, actually. People who do not value you the first time, do not let them get the same you twice. People have to work and earn the things that they want from you. People have to earn your trust. People have to earn your respect. Of course, there's a little bit of respect that everybody deserves, just because as humans, we all deserve respect. But when it comes to like putting them on a pedestal, people have to earn that. People need to earn the right to be your friend. People need to earn the right to be in a relationship with you. People need to earn your love, your time, your energy. People need to earn you. I'm not saying this like, oh, we're just on this huge pedestal, but baby, we are prizes. We are. I feel like everybody's a prize, but that's a whole different conversation for another day. But you are worthy. And people have to show you that they deserve you. Because if we're just giving ourselves out to everybody and anybody who says the right things, then we're not really advocating for ourselves, because we're falling for it. You need to believe more that you see rather than you hear. Meaning that actions speak louder than words. If people are saying one thing, but their actions don't line up, then baby, I don't trust you. You don't deserve my trust nor respect. If you've done me wrong in the past, and you think that saying I'm sorry is just going to bring you back into my life, it's not. You have to show me that you are worthy of that. And me personally, I'm not the type of people that let people double back. I'm just not that person. If you mess over me once, you just mess over me and that's it. We won't speak ever again. And you have to be that way. You have to be strict. And you have to be selfish. Especially now, like I said before, I'm going into my young womanhood. I'm 20 years old now. I'm not playing no games. I have a future. I have things to lose. I have me to lose. And I'm tired of losing myself in the hands of other people. We can't lose ourselves because of other people, y'all. People have to work for it. Just like everybody works hard to get a position that they want. Like you work hard to be in a relationship with somebody. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as me or you working hard on our self-love journey, on our healing journey, trying to take care of our inner child, trying to take care of the adult us. It's just as much work as that. You can't just let people who did us wrong or people who are just not the best for us come in and destroy all of the work that we've put in. We've earned that. We've earned the right to love ourselves. We've earned the right to have the self-worth that we have. We've put in the work to have the respect that we have for ourselves. We've put in too much time and too much effort. We've earned that. And if other people are not willing to earn that and they see you as too much or your standards are too high, then those are not the people for you, baby. Standing up for yourself in these situations is just limiting your access from people. We have to value ourselves enough to say no. You're cute, but no, you're not for me. Your character is trash. You're not for me. Yeah, that opportunity seems nice, but it's not really going to benefit me. It's going to benefit the company more. No. Yeah, you were a nice friend, but you don't really reciprocate the same energy. You have secret animosity. No, we can't be friends. Yeah, I could do that for you, but no, I don't have the time. Maybe another day. No, I don't have the emotional space to hold for you today. No, maybe another day. A lot of people will just try things just to see how far they can get with you. And if they don't have access to you, then they don't know what makes you tick. They don't know what makes you happy. They don't know what makes you sad. People can't use things to their advantage to get over on you. You need to keep a tight-knit circle or either be alone. Because like I said, on your healing journey, on your self-love journey, when you're trying to be a better person, you're going to have to be alone because you're going to lose a lot of things and a lot of people. And you're going to have to walk away from a lot of things that you once loved. That's just how it goes. If people are around you who don't want to grow and change, you can't make them. You can't make them come with you. You can't change environments that are toxic. You can't make other people respect you. If people are not willing to give that to you because they feel like you deserve that, then baby, who are you to make them think that you deserve that? Just go where you are appreciated. Make people work for it. You are not something that you can just pick off a shelf and use and then put back when they're ready. Friends, family, relationships, it goes for anything. And I want you to remember that. You are worthy and you are deserving. And nobody is going to advocate for you how you will advocate for yourself. And that is it for this video. I hope that y'all got some value from it. This video is definitely better than the first one that I filmed, because the first one was just kind of lackluster. And honestly, y'all, I don't really post that much because I feel like if I'm not putting my all into it, if I'm not putting 100% effort, if I'm going through things, I don't want to put that energy out on y'all. I want to be my best version for y'all, because I'm here to inspire you to become your best version. I'm sort of a perfectionist and I'm working on it. I'm working on just putting the work out there. Like my last video, I was really scared to put that out there, but it really did well, and I really appreciate that from y'all. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can with the community that I've built, with the community that y'all have allowed me to have, and I really appreciate that. We're at 1,300 subscribers, y'all. That is insane. I was literally at like 100 maybe like 6-7 months ago, and I really appreciate y'all so much, and I don't think that y'all would ever understand how much I actually love y'all. Shout out to all my subscribers who are always commenting on my videos and showing me love. I really appreciate y'all, and some of y'all, I know y'all by name, so I love each and every one of y'all. And yeah, I hope you got some value from the video, and I will see y'all in my next video.